So I've noticed one thing with a lot of people, and I wonder if it affected my father or anybody in my family as well. I've seen this with a lot of people, and it scares me because maybe their votes shouldn't go in if they can't understand that. So what it is that when you're watching the news or you're watching a comedy show where they show clips and they tell a joke or anything like that, like a talk show host or any host like on Fox News or Late Night with Seth Meyers or the Last Week Tonight or CNN or any PBS NewsHour host or they're always reading cue cards. This isn't their opinion. A bunch of writers are the ones who are saying these things. So when you hear your favorite Fox News host say something you like and you go, I like that guy. No, you like the writer that wrote his cue cards. 99% of what you're seeing is a writer writing out the material, and then the host is supposed to repeat it because they have funny emotions. Now, the people you like Seth Meyers or the Fox host, most of them are speakers or they are actors, or a lot of times they're improv actors or improv and speakers. Sometimes they used to be journalists and then they become speakers after they've been on the camera for a while and they get used to it. So most people you see that are speaking on like late night shows or the news, they're reading cue cards. There might be a little banter that they'll add in to make it seem real. They'll always let them go off script. That's called going off script. But 99% of what you're hearing is just the writer's cue cards. They're writing for them. And a lot of people don't realize this. Like Glenn from the Tibet, Glenn, whatever. He used to be on a bunch of stuff, right? Now, his opinions are very different than the news he used to talk about. And that's because the news is exactly what he was doing is reading a cue card. He was reading the news off of a big board and trying to act like he's doing it in a nice way. And these people, that's their talent. They are actors, they're speakers. Some of them, like, well, who's that guy? Kabert, he's been there forever. He's improv, actually. He used to do a little improv when he was really young, apparently. I saw some bio on him about how he used to do some stage work. Yeah, I guess he's used to the stage in front of people, talking on a stage, like Macbeth, Macbeth, the play. That's the type of stuff that Kabert used to do. He used to do plays like in Macbeth, and then he became a news host, a late night news host for the Kabert Report, and that was when he was younger. Then it went away, and now he's back on TV again, and he has his own free YouTube channel. I watch all different types of stuff. I get the 10 minutes. I get a bunch of real news in 10 minutes, and it's all fact checked. And what's even funnier is I get the laugh, and what's even better is they point out all the crazy bullshit going on because they watch both sides and then they try to find the crazy funny shit. So you get the truth more with the comedy news. A bunch of studies have shown that the most truthful news on TV right now are the late night comedy news. What's kind of funny, if a comedian is your best source of news, the world's fucked up. And that is true. It's 100% true that now in 2024 and all the way back from 2016, these studies and the fact checkers have found that the most accurate and factual news on TV happens to be the late night comedy news. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when comedians are the most honest news station you can find. But ground news can cut through that too. See, the reason why ground news and comedian news are so good for if you're like a Fox fan or if you're a Republican or a Democrat, either way, they got both. The only reason why that is the most honest on TV is they have a fact checker. They go and they have to spend the whole week coming up with a story from the news stories that already came out. So they fact check, and the stuff that's fact checked to be false, they point it out. So they're giving you, the facts and making you laugh because, like, how fucked up is this stuff? Oh, they think we're stupid and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty messed up, huh? But I don't think people understand that the people they see, the news host, the comedian host, news anchor, they all are just reading cue cards. And they might have contributed a little bit to the story, but everything that's coming out of their mouth, a writer was the one with the opinions and the research with a group of people. You got like 4 people in a room with computers with news going through it, fact checking, and then they're making jokes, and then they make an opinion, and then they make cue cards. Then a cue holder holds it, and then the host reads those cards. So whose opinion is it? If Glenn Beck is reading cards like he's supposed to when he's a news anchor, or I mean, whatever. Well, actually, Glenn Beck is on the radio more. And that's not a good one, but he used to be. I think he was on TV before. I think that's a bad example because he's news on the radio, so there might not be cue cards then. There sometimes are, but not most of the time. But on TV, let's give another example. Oh, so terrible at their names. Okay, Seth Meyers or CNN anchors or Fox anchors, they read cue cards. So that's not their opinion. That's not, they do not have that input. The words coming out of their mouth is not something that they themselves are thinking. It is something they're reading. It's like if I read you a newspaper out loud. Is that my opinion? If I read you that Trump is dirty and is a asshole, and then I read you another one where Trump